to the Thought Leader Show. I'm your host, Major Sunil Shetty. The IT sector has infinite possibilities and endless opportunities. Entrepreneurs can take full advantage of the new age technologies only if there is a vibrant local startup ecosystem. India's IT boom of the 90s saw emergence of numerous IT companies. One such SME is the NetEdge. This 2-decade-old company is supporting Indian startups through its incubation center. To get a better understanding of the vision and mission of NetEdge, we have with us its founder and CEO, Dr. Manoj Saxena. Welcome to the show, Dr. Saxena.
Thank you for inviting me on your talk show.
So let's start by understanding, your company, which is into IT and IT services. What kind of services do you provide? Tell us a little bit of. Let's start with a little bit of history of your company.
Okay, first let me start with the history of myself so that you get the complete understanding of what was the reason why we started this company. I did my master's from Institute of Science, Bangalore, from School of Automation in Computer Science way back in 1984. And then I did my PhD in Artificial Intelligence from IIT Delhi in a topic called Distributed Blackboard Architecture, which is basically a distributed AI problem-solving paradigm. And after completing my research work and getting the PhD degree from IIT Delhi, I worked for a company called CMC Limited. And then I started NetEdge way back in 1992. So we have a history of almost 28 years.
You started NetEdge at a time when IT was still not the sunrise industry. People hardly knew about IT. What were the challenges that you faced when you started this? I know 1991 was the boom for the IT industry, but as a founder of IT company way back, when IT was still not, still didn't understand what computer would do, in coming time. How was the experience? Share some experience of yours.
It was quite interesting actually at that time because a lot of people, for them, computer was a mystery. And they wanted to actually understand what can be done. And that's where my background and exposure to Institute of Science and IIT Delhi helped me so that we can spread the message. So we started conducting a lot of trainings for larger organizations, right from SCL, Infosys, and other companies, HP also for that matter. And we build a partnership to promote IT. We actually built the partnership with IBM, with Digital. At that time, HP was Digital. So that's what we used to do. And that's how we got a lot of engagements from outside India. So our major project, which we got, was actually an architectural design consulting project from IBM Thailand for the revenue department. So it was quite interesting time. Although it was challenging, but it actually went with my vision that we shall be adding value to the customers, which are basically our partners, and make things happen.
Okay. Now, that's very interesting. When you started off, you were training the big boys of IT industry today. And fast forward 20 years, what is NetEdge all about? What are you doing?
Right now, as I told you, when I started, AI was just in the lab, but today is the mainline thing. So we are focusing on the technologies like AI, machine learning, IoT, because we firmly believe that this is the future, and we are providing consulting services in these areas and helping customers build systems which are basically intelligent. In addition to that, we are also supporting the startups because nowadays there are youngsters who want to start their own. So we have an incubation center in our Noida building itself, which is around 10,000 square feet of area, which we have dedicated for the incubation, where we are supporting the startups from basically the youngsters who are coming out of colleges to start their own business and or entity which is involved in these technologies, the emerging digital technology like AI, ML, IoT, cloud computing, and mobile. And also we are focusing now on social computing because that's what we believe is going to be the future. It will be the social computing because which is more of a distributed form of computing. So we are supporting the startups and providing them the space, the mentoring, and also helping them build the system, architecting with the right thing. We have a relationship with AWS and also with Google to provide them free credits for the startups so that they can use it and build their systems and do the MVP, and then we help them go to the market. So basically our focus right now for the startups are right from ideation stage till MVP, and then we want them to become self-sufficient.
When it comes to artificial intelligence or AI, what sectors or industries do you cater for, or is it open-ended?
See, it is open-ended, but right now the work which we have done is basically in the field of HR and customer service. So that's where we are doing, and customer feedback, capturing the customer experiences. So that's where we have built certain applications. And one of our startup actually built a intelligent helmet, which we call as a smart helmet, which detects basically when an accident happens, it detects the severity of the accident and informs the nearest hospital as well as the friends and family so that the support can be provided to the patient or the victim at the earliest.
Uh, as a SME yourself, you're running a incubation center for startups.
Yes.
What apart from the infrastructure and know-how, do you also invest into them? Do you also provide them seed capital while they when they come in when they incubated with you?
Yes, we do provide seed capital, but it is in the form of basically incentives and getting basically providing them some sustenance money because these students are out of college and obviously they don't want to be dependent on their parents for the income. So we provide them some sustenance allowances along with the infrastructure. So we go up to investment of 20 lakhs, 2 million rupees.
And what kind of commercial engagement do you have with them? As in, do you take equity in the startup,
Yeah.
or they have to repay this back as a debt? How does that work?
No, we do. We take it as a equity, not as a debt. So we share the risk with them because we believe, I personally being a PhD in IT, IIT from IIT Delhi in AI, so I know which things will work, and with the extensive experience of more than 30 years in the industry and observing it very closely. So we know what ideas will work, what technology will work. So we do share the risk with the startups.
That's very commendable, and we're happy to hear that because many of the startups struggle to get the right support, and an SME like yours is not only helping them by incubation, providing them incubation, but also you're all giving them capital, which is really commendable. Now, can you share with us as to how many startups so far have been with you, as in which are incubated currently and who are part of your system, where they are currently?
Okay, see, we have incubated, like we started 4 years back, 3 years back exactly to be precise. So we have done about 10 startups. So far we have supported them. Two of them, they wanted to go independent, so we disinvested our money and they returned, which was quite positive. And now they are self-sustaining. Two of them actually failed, and others are still being incubated by us.
And
So our this duration of the incubation is for 2 years.
is that a fixed period of 2 years, or you can extend if startup want, they can also extend it?
They can extend it if they want, but our commitment is for 2 years. Like some of our startup actually got out of the incubation even before 2 years.
And you also said, in the two startups, you also, you got your investment back, disinvested. Is it something that has to happen, or that was a choice of these startups?
That was the choice of the startup. We give them free hand how they want to do it.
Well, I'm delighted to hear and come across an SME that is working for the startups in the interest of the startups, which is very rare to see. Now, coming to for young entrepreneurs out there who will be watching this interview, if they have to connect with you, they have to reach out to you with their ideas. How can they do that? Is there a site they can reach out to, or they just need to send you across a pitch deck and then you take it forward from there?
Yeah, right now we are actually building the complete, because first, see, it also for us to evolve, because we being an SME and not being supported by a deep pocket funds. So obviously we also were experimenting ourselves as to what model will work. And what we realized, because typically there are two models, one is incubation and the other one is the this thing, accelerators. And what we realized in 3 months for a lot of people, because incubation, this startup culture is still picking up, although it is now quite a deep root, but still a lot of youngsters don't fully understand it. So when they are exposed to an accelerator program, they are not actually ready to face the competition without being supported financially. Whereas incubation typically are done by the government and the colleges, which are slow moving. So what we have come, we try to merge the two models so that we bring in our industry experience and also try to speed up their growth. Our bottom line is to basically make them self-sustaining so that they can bootstrap rather than going after the funds. Because I personally, let me talk about NetEdge. We are a completely bootstrap company. And today we have about 100,000 square feet of area with us in terms of the real estate where our offices are located and also the incubation center. All these are big self-funded. Because what we realized based on our experience is that if an investor comes, their main motive is to get the money out, the profitability. Whereas some of the things which are really needed for India requires a lot of time, because we are quite backward in some places, and in other places we are quite forward looking. Okay, so it's a very difficult combination. So a lot of things which are actually needed from the Indian environment may not be supported by the people who are looking for returns in a short time. So that's why we were ourselves experimenting it. Now we have formalized, sort of. Obviously, it's going to be an evolving process, but we have formalized it. So we will be coming up with our website shortly, where we will have some of the ideas which we already have thought of, where we are requesting the entrepreneurs to show interest so that they can take it forward, or we can accept the new ideas from the entrepreneurs. So it will be both. So that will be there, but till then, the people can send the pitch deck to us. We have an email ID to which they can send it.
And because you're going to be following a hybrid model, as you say, of a accelerator slash incubation center,
Yes.
so ideas are welcome, right? If somebody just had an idea, they can reach
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to you. They need not have a prototype or a minimum viable product.
No, no. As I told you, we start right from ideation, because I believe a lot of people they have the idea, but they don't have the commercial aspect of it. So we take the idea, and some of the grassroots ideas come from there only, actually. So
And
we
you're also
take the idea
okay.
and then develop it further.
And you're also okay if somebody had a product ready, or a and they just wanted to come as an accelerator, use your space as an accelerator.
Yes,
You're okay with it.
we do have, yes, we can do that as well.
Finally, Dr. Manoj Saxena, Myself TV is a channel for startups and MSMEs like yours. What are your thoughts?
I think you are doing a good job, because obviously it is needed. Because see, when the startups and the entrepreneurs see how other people are coping up with the challenges, it gives them a lot of strength. They know, because when I started, it was a different time. It was very slow, and things were moving slowly. So we were able to manage. But today, it's a very fast race, and they need all the support. Otherwise, they get very stressed, and that kills the innovation. For innovation to survive, it is very important that the people are free and they know that other people are also struggling, and how they have overcome their challenges, which will give them some ideas how they can manage their challenges. So I think your job is what you are doing is very good, bringing in community together and sharing their experiences, how they can work and succeed in such a tough competition. Because 20 years back, it was not such a tough competition, but nowadays it's very tough. And there are a lot of people who have the similar ideas. Then how do you differentiate between them?
Very true. Dr. Saxena, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you again on some of our panel discussions.
Yeah, certainly. I will be very happy to be associated with you. I think you are doing a good job. Congratulations for that. And I hope you will continue this and help the startup community to face the challenges.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.